We'll call the meeting to order. I'd like to welcome everyone to the January 11th, 2022 regular scheduled Fort Plant City Council meeting in the Linda Hart Love Council Chambers. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance to Lord Prayer and a moment of silence for those serving and protecting us.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, power, and glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Thank you. You may be seated. Would the clerk please call the roll?
District Morgan.
Present.
Pat Hovis. Here. Beth Gilman.
Present.
Roseanne Hickman.
Present.
Margaret Phillips. Here. Jerry Trolley.
Present.
Thank you. Council, previously you received the December 28th, 2021 regular scheduled meeting minutes. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I will motion to approve those minutes.
Thank you, Ms. Phillips. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Trolley. I have a motion by Ms. Phillips, seconded by Mr. Trolley to approve the December 28th, 2021 regular meeting minutes. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. Motion carries. Thank you. The chair notes that certification has been made regarding compliance with the rules and notifications of this meeting. This evening we have a guest presentation, Mr. Norgard. Stand.
Okay, some of you know me. I'm Rich Norgard. I'm the president of the Portland Lighthouse Conservancy, which I've been now forever. And so it's become our custom now to deliver a report at the end of the year, our activities and some of our future plans. I'll try to be brief. So the health of our conservancy is quite good. Money-wise, we have roughly $58,000 in the bank. Our rainy day fund, which you may be aware, was $25,000 we started with that we promised the city we would put in a fund and never touch in case something should ever happen and our organization goes away. That money would be there to take care of the lighthouse in the future. That fund is now grown to $32,000, and it keeps growing. Our funding comes primarily from our membership, so we have, and some of you are, keepers of the Fort Clinton Lighthouse, which is what we call our members, which dues ranging anywhere from $25,000, excuse me, $25 to $1,000.
You wish.
Wouldn't that be nice? We had 334 keepers as of the end of 2021, and that number, believe it or not, stays fairly high every year. So we are fortunate to have some very dedicated support out there, and we hope that will continue. Overall, the look of the lighthouse area is quite good. We're committed to keeping it that way. We have a permanent landscaping set up with Otto and Urban, and so they've been doing our landscaping. Some of the stuff we do ourselves, like for instance, the city does a very good job of mowing out there, but there's some little pieces that they, because of their machinery, they can't get to it, so we have to mow around some of the things ourselves. But I think we're doing a pretty good job of keeping that up. So the drainage, the work that we did out there to fix some of the drainage issues seems to be working pretty well, although we didn't have that much rain last year, but we're hopeful that will kind of have taken care of itself. We did 218 tours last year, paid and non-paid. We are committed to keeping the lighthouse open two people that want to see it on the inside. It's a very unique structure. Last remaining timber frame pier light on Lake Erie, only a few left on Eau Grande Lakes, very unique. And so we are committed to people being able to see that. So, so we maintain a dosing program and we keep the lighthouse open. And we also are very good about when we get requests from groups all the time that people want to go see it, and we're very accommodating to those requests. We purchased at Masonry Construction, installed 2 new plaques this past summer, so there's now a permanent new plaque in front of the Andy Saxnetter's sculpture. And I recommend everybody go take a good look at that, because it lists all of the lighthouse keepers going back to 1833 to our very first lighthouse. So it honors all those lighthouse keepers over the years, and also the late Darrell Brandt, for helping to save it. So we're very proud of that. The other plaque is on the south side of the pond, and it replaces a former plaque which basically lists the donors who restored the Derby Pond whenever that was done. I think that was before my time. We paid for the walkway to be sealed. That's something that needs to be done on a periodic basis so that it doesn't deteriorate. It's expensive, but it's something that we're going to continue to do as long as it needs to be done. We had that big storm last summer, so there was some damage, some pretty severe damage to the gravel path that goes around the east end of the pond. And of course, because of the black swamp, it being part of that, we can't hard pave that. So, but anyway, so that kind of washed out. So we had Folk Construction repair that for us. We had the large green lighthouse sign now on Perry Street. That was basically, most of the time when it wasn't being used to hang signs, it was just a plain brown wooden thing there. So we just said, well, let's just make it a permanent sign, and that way at least it'll serve another purpose. So we have that done. This coming year, A.T. Emmett is going to be hooking up the electrical for in the boathouse. We're waiting for the city to get additional electrical service out to the park. We need 40 amps, and we're all out of hookups. So you're not going to be using that for a mobile home park, that's for sure. But anyway,
I see the headline now.
we're working with the city. We brought in a pole. We have an antique-looking pole. Masonry Construction is going to be putting that up here shortly. Okay, we're excited about the comfort station at the Friends of the Park. I won't call it what it really is, but it's a comfort station. We contributed, our group contributed $10,000 for the interior of that, and we are going to pony up another $5,000 to cover the utility infrastructure that's going to be needed to go to it across the highway. And then, of course, this Christmas, we're doing the lights and the wreaths and all that really good Christmas stuff that we love to do. We're going to keep the beacon lit 24/7. You'll notice when you can see it during the day, it's lit. And we had promised to keep that a year ago. We promised to keep that lit through the pandemic, and it's still lit. So we're continuing to do that. So that's, I'll entertain any questions if anybody has any.
Mr. Nordhart,
Yeah.
have you experienced any vandalism out there? I've often wondered if kids mess with
that has been a big concern of ours. We haven't seen any.
Oh, good.
But yeah, knock on wood, we have, we have security out there. We have electric security out there. We get false alarms periodically, and I hate it when the city police call me at 2 in the morning when an alarm goes off. But yeah, we've been fortunate so far, and because it's kind of dark back in there, you know, right, and so forth. But you know, knock on wood, we should hope it stays all right. The police, I think, have been doing a really good job of you know, going back there and checking things out, and we probably need to just check in with them once in a while and just see if they're still doing that and so forth. But you know, regular patrols through the area will help.
Right.
I want to mention also that, you know, it's been out there 5 years now, a little over 5 years, and we're starting to see where, you know, we wanted it to be true to the original. We had to do some upgrading, not upgrading, but when we did the restoration, we wanted to be true to all original materials. So when we had to replace boards, like say the white pine, the siding's white pine, especially milled white pine, and we wanted to be true to the way it was built. And so, but that material can be very susceptible to weather. And so we're finding areas where we've had to do some, I don't know if you noticed the scaffolding out there, but we've had to replace some boards and things. And so we're starting to get an idea now of where some of our issues are going to be in terms of long-term maintenance. And we can deal with it, and it's not a problem dealing with it, but you know, we have to just watch it close. So you know, and that will be an expense. You know, we've stocked up on lumber, and we have a stockpile of lumber that we keep in our storage room, that if we need to replace a board, we can pull out a board and replace it, because we have to mill it special. You know, just get it off the shelf.
Sir, for the record, and I know there's people that watch the video at home, because I get stopped all the time, that I know the people aren't here. If someone wanted to be a docent or get other information on Lighthouse, how would they do that?
Well, the easiest way is to go to our lighthouse. Go to our website, portclintonlighthouse.org, and there's a contact form. And just get in touch with us and say we'd love to be a docent, and we'll contact them. Get back to them.
Very good. Thank you.
So yeah, and by the way, we need volunteers. We need volunteers. So, and it's my last order of business. I have the $2 check.
I'm honored to accept that. Thank you very much.
I'm honored to give it to you.
And again, you made it out to the city, not me. And I'll turn that right over to our new auditor. Noted. Thank you.
And again, I want to thank the city. The city's been very helpful and cooperative with everything that we've done. And I know sometimes we can be a pain in the butt, you know, with unusual requests and things that we want to do. But anyway, I think we've had a good relationship, and I hope it stays that way. So
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions? And I'll go if nobody needs.
Yep.
Okay,
You're welcome
thank
to
you.
stay, but if
Thank
you'd
you.
like to leave, that's fine.
Okay. Thank you all.
Thank you for
Thank
coming
you.
in.
Okay, bye.
Thanks.
Any public comment? No. Move on to executive officers' reports. I hope everyone had a good New Year's. It was at least nice for New Year's Eve weather-wise. I think there was a big turnout for the walleye drop. The council, you previously received the 2022 rules of council. As I had indicated at the last meeting, there were some changes that I thought about, and you were sent those changes, and they're highlighted in red. First one is under Rule 2, election and duties of the President Pro Tem and the clerk. Under B, would eliminate the Arts and Culture Committee, and that would be incorporated into Economic and Development. Under Rule 8, committees of council, it would go from from 5 to 4 committees. Again, the committees would be Finance, Environment and Public Works, Safety Services, and Economic and Community Development. And that is under A, and then under B, the changes would be after, at the end of that paragraph, that it would, a community program including arts and culture activities will be incorporated into the economic and community development, which is the former Arts and Culture Committee is hereby consolidated with Economic and Community Development Committee. And then as far as the committee chairs would be, Pat Hovis would be Finance, Environment and Public Works would be Roseanne Hickman, Safety Services, Margaret Phillips, Economic and Community Development would be Beth Gilman. Council would have to rearrange some people leaving and new people. If you want to fill those spots, you're more than welcome to the committee chairs if you want to wait. Again, I would like that you would pick a specific date that you're going to have your meetings, but with everything going on, we can continue to meet as on an as-need basis. So if you can just let the clerk know what dates you picked, work amongst yourself so they're not overlapping and anything like that. So, and then if council would like, they may adopt this evening, or they can wait till the next meeting. That would be up to you. And also, then I would have Mrs. Gilman be the president pro tem, and that's a 2-year term. Also, you should have got something from the Ethics Commission. You need to remember to turn your ethics form in, and the deadline, I believe, is in May, and there is a $10 a day fee if you don't pay it on time. Then everyone needs to take a public records sunshine law training one time during their term. That's offered by the Attorney General. You can, I believe, still do it online. I don't know if they have any in person any longer. Under correspondence, there are 2 liquor permits. First one is a new permit. Ohio Division of Liquor Control, Coastal Marine Services LLC is a new permit. The second is a transfer permit. The Ohio Division of Liquor Control, Off the Rock, DBA, Mr. Ed's Bar and Grill and Pool. Chief Scott has no objection, so if council would like to take action on those this evening when we get to correspondence, they may. Also, I'd just like to welcome Mr. Morgan and Mr. Brenner and still Mr. Belo. So it's nice to have you still here. If you guys have any questions, you can ask any council member or administration. Everyone's really good. We have a good group. So, and that's all that I have this evening. Move on to the mayor's report.
Is that what I really sound like most of the time? That long?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, my
Pretty
goodness.
much.
I'm so sorry.
Twice as long.
That's pretty long for me.
That was very good. Yeah.
That was
Wow.
For me, that was very long.
Now, Happy New Year, everybody. And again, I too would like to extend a welcome to Mr. Morgan, Mr. Brenner. And although he's just switched chairs, Mr. Velo, welcome everybody. Welcome to the family, per se. The council in front of you, you'll see something that I tongue-in-cheek call the Jerry Rule. We talked about it a little bit before council. Just an update on how procedures run in the council meeting. I would like to congratulate the Walleye Drop Committee. You know, I was a little nervous about the attendance and how well that there was light, how well that would be received in the era of COVID. Things went off very well. Some of the folks that I know in the community that are a little skeptical at the crowd said it was one of the bigger crowds that they had seen in quite some time. Those of us, I saw many of you down there. It was a good time had by all. No major issues. Fish came down, fireworks went up, everybody went home and had a good time. So look forward to that in the very near future. Another 360 some odd days, 50 some odd days out there. Mark your calendars, if you will, for Sunday, August 28th. Sunday, August 28th will be the second Port Clinton Day at Fifth Third Field. Had a conversation with the folks over at Fifth Third Field, the Jet Express, the Chamber of Commerce, and we settled on that date. It's a 2 o'clock first pitch. Tickets don't go on sale for the games for another couple of months. The Jet Express is again working on a package to get people over there with tickets, so look for that information. It's a 2 o'clock first pitch, so we'll leave a little bit earlier than this last time, get home a little bit earlier than last year. But again, that's Sunday, August 28th. With that ends my report. Thank you very much, Madam President.
Thank you. Any questions for the mayor? Okay, we'll move on to the treasurer's report.
All right, I believe that for the last year, 2021, our final bed tax collections were $290,941.81, which was $120,941.81 over our projected revenue. So I guess kudos to the bed tax collectors. Also for the dock tax, finally for 12/1, we received $28,637.96, which was $637.96 over what was expected. So it was a profitable year as far as collection of the dock and bed tax. That is all I have at this point. Or you want me to read 22? All right, so far in 22, we have $4,377.98 in bed tax
Thank you.
collected.
Any questions for the treasurer? Auditor's report, I know it went out of order. Mr. Velo.
Thank you, Madam President. Council, you received yesterday